let's have another look at another Command & Conquer add-on, an unofficial one. This time it's for Command & Conquer Red Alert. Again, this one is apparently called Level CD, CNC2, as usual CNC2 because that's what it was called in Germany very often, and this is again a German product. Alarmstufe Rot, which means Red Alert. But I'm not too sure whether this is actually the name of the add-on because on the back it's just called CNC, not even CNC2, just CNC. Again, brand new levels, cheats, editors, patches and FAQs for Command & Conquer Red Alert. Not Command & Conquer 2 Red Alert, just Command & Conquer Red Alert. And that's all you get. There's no actual description. All you get here are your system requirements, both in German and in English. That's pretty much it. There are no real differences here. And you get notified that CNC is a trademark of Westwood Studios. Not even Command & Conquer as a trademark or Command & Conquer 2 or Red Alert, no, it's just CNC. And this one here, I'm not really sure what that's even supposed to mean. Here says copyright m.soft. I don't know if m.soft is the company or maybe someone called m.soft made this. I'm not entirely sure. Now, as you can see here just says CNC level CD. And if we have a look inside, the other side of the inlay is just completely blank, and the actual CD is called CNC2 Red Alert instead of CNC Red Alert or CNC Red Alert Level CD or CNC Level CD. So the thing actually has 4 different names depending on where you look at the product. There's a different name on literally every side of this product. So not only are they creatively bankrupt regarding map design, because I mean, let's face it, this map, the city has 500 levels and they're all going to be terrible multiplayer maps. Not only is this creatively bankrupt, but they can't even decide what the damn name of their product is to be. But anyway, so you can't really put this CD in its correct position because you can either decide whether you want to have the text being aligned properly or this guy here, I'll get back to him, and the Competist logo here properly designed. So yeah, that bugs me for no reason, even though it shouldn't. And getting back to this guy here, so the cover here is, it looks like it's bleached, but it's actually not. So it looks like one of those products that spent too much time in the storefront and just got bleached by the sun. But no, this is actually how it's supposed to look like. So we've got this golden font here, which is melting, and then we have this dark, undiscernible background. And then we have this white guy here. At least I think it's a guy because this kind of looks like a hazmat suit or a head part. This looks like a Pokeball. This here looks like glass, and he seems to be holding some sort of measurement device. And I don't know if it's supposed to be thermovision or something. It's really hard to see, and I'm not really sure what this has to do with Command & Conquer in any way. I mean, the other covers, they usually had one guy on the cover too, but that was usually a guy kind of reminiscent of the Command & Conquer guys. So guys with these really futuristic goggles, possibly the cyborg from one of the Command & Conquer 2, well, not Command & Conquer 2, now I'm starting to say that as well, from one of the Command & Conquer expansions, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's have a look at the actual CD, and just in case you're wondering what the name of this product is, if you put it into your CD drive, it doesn't have a name there, so it does not actually have an individual name if you put it in there, so they couldn't even be bothered to include that. But anyway, let's have a look at that. So here we are, and look who's back, our old friend Babac with his Dixilcom website. And in case these maps here look familiar, that's because they are familiar. They have been on one of the previous add-ons here, one of the previous CDs, and here's our $1 million map, which actually tells us that it's large. Thank you very much. And I don't know what the problem with unofficial add-ons and naming maps properly is, but it's just impossible. They never do it. And they prove that they can do it right by telling us how large this map is and for how many players it is. But they can't do it all the time. And it can't just be all Babac's fault, because Babac hasn't done all of these maps. But he has done a lot of them, and we've seen a lot of these maps before. So in case you did notice it, or you didn't, maybe you couldn't decipher it, but it did say on the CD cover that this was an updated version. And it doesn't seem like this Level CD or whatever it's called, I still don't know what the product's actual name is, didn't have a first version, so it seemed that this is actually an updated version of one of the previous expansions, which is a little bit odd, because you would think they would recycle the name, or maybe you'd think that they would not recycle the name because people still remember the previous add-on being terrible. Yeah, in any case, the naming convention still is a mess. We have we've got more Jewish themed maps, Jews House 4 and Jews House 2. So this here is one Jew's house, and this here is a house of multiple Jews, because someone didn't know where the apostrophe key on the keyboard is. Then we have Jewels and Fools, Jewels and Fools 2, and Jewels and Fools. Another one with actually one more space in here, and you can decipher that by going into the actual map file. It will show you that this one has an additional space because that's special. We've got Usin, JFK1. I don't even know what to say. And we've got Map 1, very creative name. Good name for someone's first map, I presume. And what else do we have? We've got Microsoft. This, by the way, not the last pun map. We've got Mike. Welcome, Mike. We've got Misty Mountain Top, large map, and we've got Misty Mountain Top, large different map, I think. I don't know. We've got version 0.3 of Moneyland and another version 0.3 of Moneyland. We've got Motherland 2, done by Xaka Longdong. Congrats. And yeah, it just goes on like this. It just goes on like this. And about, I would say, a quarter of these maps are recycled, but it's not really all that difficult to tell. Well, not that difficult, not that easy to tell, because some of the maps are the same maps but done by a different person. At least it says a different name here, or they have a different name in the map file, or they're different name here but still the same map. So those could be stolen, or they could just be made for another add-on, or maybe they were just downloaded from the internet. Here's the very first map by Kirill Yuchenko. Congrats for doing that. But I mean, I don't know who in his right mind would actually steal most of these maps, because a lot of them are terrible, but yeah, whatever, let's have a look at them. So here's the first map, D-Day. It's pretty much a map with a large water body. It's otherwise blank except for a couple of cliffs. And here's our good old friend, the symmetric ore field. And this is pretty much it. Well, at least this map is playable, and I'm kind of surprised that they did bother to not only have a consistent coastline here, but actually make it halfway diverse, but then couldn't be bothered to actually put anything else on this map. Occasionally there's something here, but apart from that, it's literally just a blank map. So why put all that effort into a coastline and then not bother to even put some trees there or something? I don't know. Oh, by the way, this is one of two possible versions of the D-Day map. One of them has the author's name, the other doesn't, and apart from that, they are pretty much the same map. So yeah, this one here isn't terrible, it's definitely playable, but come on, put some effort into it. Add some trees, add some things. Oh, and here green's attacking me, but it doesn't really matter, I've got enough stuff to hold them off. Whoop. Now this map is called Eldorado Park, and it's named after, at least I presume it is, the treasure that's scattered all over the map. Now this map's not actually too bad. There are a couple of artifacts here and there, but overall it's actually quite consistent. Again, they got a little lazy with the assets here. There are a lot of clone trees here, and the map is again a little bit empty, but they did put some effort into it, and the map does have a theme that actually fits its name. And there are some things going on here. So you've got these rivers. The map is fairly symmetric, so it's suitable for competitive multiplayer where all sides have equal conditions. And it's actually not too badly made. Again, it's a bit empty and it's not awesome, but it's really okay. And this made me think that the people who made these maps actually had some talent, and they could have made better maps if they had bothered to actually do it. but for a lot of maps they evidently didn't. This map here, Easter Island, feels like it was made by the same guy. It has similar themes. We've got these starting positions in the corners, we've got a large water body in the middle, and we do have this Diamond Island here, which is actually where I started. And again, this is not where you should have a player start, because it's not a good starting position and just handicaps one player unnecessarily. Again, the map is, from a technical point of view, it's largely decently made, but it's a little bit lazy at times. For example here, the roads end just in nothing and coastlines do repeat a little bit too much. But overall, again, it's not too bad, and it does have some interesting things going on. For example, you share these islands here with your opponent who's on the other side, provided there's one. So you can destroy these bridges, and you can also go and destroy your opponent's bridge to deny him or her access to those crystals. And so you can harvest them all for yourself. So yeah, this map again, it's not too bad, but again, it's nothing overly special, but at least they put some more effort into these maps here. So just in case you were concerned about this add-on not being completely terrible, this is one of the maps called War 3. So why don't I build a base? Because this entire map is full of ore. It's just a map full of ore and there's nothing else. So now you could play this map as one of those maps where we don't have bases and just a huge army. But I mean, what's even the point? This is essentially a blank map. If it's a map where you're only supposed to have an army and not build any bases, then tell the players in the map name. And I mean, this map is just extraordinarily lazy. It's basically just one gigantic ore field. So if you play this as a map with bases, you're just wasting your time. And there's nothing else on this entire map. Congratulations. Now this map here, War 5, shows a nice theme for this add-on. So you have this map, you have symmetric fields of ore or crystal, you have these endlessly repeating trees that are always the same asset over and over and over again, and you have not much else. Maybe a couple of cliffs, maybe a couple of other things, but for the most part, that's pretty much it. And there are about at least something like 20 maps on the city, maybe more because I didn't play every single map, that are basically themed like this. So I guess this was the only kind of map that whoever made all these maps actually liked, because that's what at least 1/4 of them looks like. I haven't even played all of the maps yet, but I've run into this kind of map so often just by clicking on random maps that it's just impossible that there aren't just more of them on this map. On this map, yeah, on this CD. I can't believe this. So I've played in about 100 of these maps, so about 20% of the maps on the CD, and it's the same over and over again. Comparably few assets, some, well, it's not really a graphical glitch, more like a graphical laziness, repeating assets like these rocks here, these tree groups or these trees, and almost all of the maps are temperate, and almost all of the ones that aren't, they're actually from one of the previous add-ons that are just recycled. So I don't know what's up with this add-on here. Someone who worked for the company that published this really liked maps where they are temperate, you've got these repeating assets, and you've got a couple of cliffs and not much else, and large chunks of the maps are just empty. This is something like the 50th map that is almost exactly like this, and even all the other maps aren't all that different. I don't know what's up with this. This is one highly specialized add-on for one highly specialized taste, and while these maps aren't even the worst maps, we have actually seen worse maps on for other add-ons, it's so repetitive. It's the same thing over and over and over again. So yeah, my final verdict for this add-on, you can skip it. It's not even hilariously bad or insulting or hilariously lazy. It's just so mundane. There's almost nothing to see here. It's the same map over and over and over again. There's almost no creative effort put into any of these maps, but at the same time they aren't lazy enough that I can actually make fun of every single one of them. It's just repeating trees over and over and over again. And that's really all I have to say about this add-on. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Take care and goodbye.